What's up everybody, my name is Morten Faerestrand, and in this lesson we're going to talk about a couple of simple soloing habits that you may need to practice. So I'm going to use a couple of examples, 3 examples. You can find tab if you follow the link in the description, and using those musical examples, which are melodic ideas that you can use in your own soloing, and very common ideas, so I recommend that you have them like in your arsenal of things that you can do when you solo. First one is the habit of not staying locked in a position. If you see great players, they always kind of slide back and forth, very often play diagonally, starting here, going up. Not always, but often. And very seldom you'll see great players locked in position. Maybe like the way you learned scales in the beginning, like this. In position, right? It's not very practical, and phrasing-wise, it's going to help you to kind of slide back and forth. So I'll show you some lines that you can practice and get into that habit. First one is like this. So this is a line that could be played in position like this, but it's harder to play that way. And look at what you get for free when you play it like this. You get dynamics and also the small nuances in tone. For example, like this. This sounds different than, like hammer-on sounds different than slide. It's very subtle nuances, but when you have a lot of different textures in your tone within a line, it's going to bring much more life to your playing. Right? So this is actually a really fun way to play a line like this, where you slide first with your third finger, and then you play 2, 1, and then slide with your first, right? Third slide, and again a slide with the first. And the second habit, which also is within this line, is to end on a short note. I've seen over the years with actually quite a few students that when they improvise, they have a tendency to end every phrase with a long note. You know, maybe with vibrato, which is fine, of course. But if that applies to you, if you see that you have a tendency to do that, it's going to be a great variation to also end some of your phrases with short notes, and it's a good way to have some space in your soloing, because when you end on a short note, often you get a feeling that that's like a comma, right? It's just like the idea is not complete necessarily, right? You know, maybe. So yeah, if you never end on short notes, these lines are gonna give you some ways to do that. And if you look at actually each of these 3 lines ends like this, which I think is a nice end of a phrase. So you have 3 different situations where you practice that ending. So example number 2 is like this. The same ending. Also we have these slides with the third here and with the first. Slide, slide, slide. Also a nice habit to practice chromatics like this, where you have a figure, for example, in this case like a minor third. Move it just this way. This line, something like that, would be really hard to play in position, right? Yeah. So that's one of the advantages of the guitar. You can move things, patterns chromatically. really simple, right? One thing I should say about this line, if you play it really fast, you can play these notes as hammer-ons instead of picking them all, because that's going to be easier to play fast. Right? Example number 3. Same ending again, also moving diagonally as the last one. Diagonally from here to here. Right? So here we are mixing pull-offs with slides. So subtle nuances in the timbre of your notes. It's gonna bring more life to your playing. Slide. Right? Short little lines to practice there. I think you're gonna, if this is kind of a little bit if you're not used to playing lines like this, give them a shot, and I think you'll probably at least enjoy playing them. They're really fun, actually. Sliding around like this, just like the physical feeling of it is really pleasing. So maybe that sounds strange. I don't know. I like playing the guitar, so that's me. Yeah, that's it. Have a great day. See you soon. Bye-bye.